Good evening again. This is another poem written in the winter of 2015 at HMP Highpoint. I am minded to read this now, not because I think it's a particularly good poem, but simply because of some of the garbage that I've been reading on Twitter, for example, where people don't realise that justice punishes people by sending them to prison. They are not meant to actually be punished, rather in prison. Imprisonment is the punishment. And one of the parts of that imprisonment, apart from food and all the other things, being locked up, is of course they take away your freedom of movement. You not only have no ability to meet the people that you normally meet, you have to meet lots of other people who are not particularly nice. But of course, you're stuck in one place, and I talk about a kilometre square, and I think very few people realise what that means. And if you're like me, you like walking in the woods and mountains and cycling all over the place, that is a restriction which is fundamental, and it's a fundamental source of human rights, is the ability, freedom of movement. Clouds caress the cold clear sky, 10 months have passed, the 11th nigh. Man manipulates the daylight hours, colours changing, fading flowers, little seen through windows barred, seasons sensed in the prison yard. Their vision might truncated be, but more acute than men called free. Vapour trails tell travel's tale, streaks of white seek holiday grail, remnants of a foreign flight, reminders of the prisoner's plight. Man has fought for freedom found, free to travel at speed of sound, free to leave his place of birth, free to roam around the earth. Wherever he chooses to work or play, whichever time zone rules his day, travel is now a human right, limited just by speed of light. Mighty mowers, movements sound, where the gardeners dig the ground, feet that pound around and round, confined inside the closed compound. Stationary is a relative state. A kilometre square may seal the fate of men that lived behind the fence, the prison yard their recompense. As they return from exercise, streaks of red light up the skies, portents of bold and brighter days, intense these tints between the greys. Travel implies a state of change, of prisoners' control beyond the range. Inertia is on them imposed. Confinement and movement are opposed. Those outside that criticise need only look up at the skies to imagine how it is to be, almost totally movement free. Thank you very much.